Patrico, come on in. It's time for another Patrico Celebrity Interview!
Yeah! Patrico Celebrity Interview.
Are you ready?
Let's do it.
Can't turn it over yet. Are you ready?
Let's do it.
Go ahead, turn the card over.
What's going on? It is Patrico for the Woody and Riz Show on 105.7 The Point. I am joined on the phone right now by, at this point, I'm going to say a Hollywood legend. You may know him from Saturday Night Live, perhaps even Blues Brothers. Riz, have you seen Blues Brothers?
I sure have.
Coneheads, Mr. Dan Aykroyd on the phone, ladies and gentlemen.
Good day. How are you?
Fantastic, Dan.
You forgot about Ghostbusters.
A
little movie.
listen,
I don't know if anybody's heard. It's more of an independent film.
Listen, I was getting there because there was actually news about Ghostbusters this week. So here's the deal. I hear that Ghostbusters 3 has hired on the same writers of Men in Black 3. Why the change in writers? So it just randomly changed to Men in Black 3.
Well, here's the thing. This project is like a racehorse. You've got the horse, but sometimes you have to bring in different groomers and trainers and medics. So we had the horse there. We had those two writers from The Office. They did a great job of laying down a basic structure and a template for the second movie. But the studio felt that they wanted a little more. And, it's their money. They put it up, and they wanted something different. And they decided to try to put another layer on it, if you would, and bring in Mr. Cohen, who wrote the Men in Black 3 movie. So I'm excited to read his treatment, which I will be doing this weekend. And then I'll take the script back, or the treatment back, and begin to do my work with Harold, and hopefully we'll be further along the process.
All right, so with the addition of the new writer, what's the chances of Bill Murray officially signing on to this project?
Well, that's up to Billy. I don't know. I can't speak for him, and I can only say that it would be sad to do it without him. But if we have to do it without him, I think the franchise and the whole concept is big enough to handle it, and people want it. I think people want it with or without him or any of the originals. I think you could do it and hand it off to the new Ghostbusters, and it would really work.
I agree. I think all three of us in the studio here would see it, with Bill Murray, without Bill Murray. We're just excited for the film to be actually, being made, and the process of making this film is exciting to all of us here. Now, I had absolutely no idea, but you are actually one of the founders of Crystal Head Vodka, and for those of you that don't know, that's the vodka that's in the actual skull. I've seen it all over the place and had no idea that you had anything to do with it.
Oh, thank you. Well, our package is beautiful. It's based on one of the 13 crystal heads. There were 13 around the planet, owned by the Navajo, the Aztec, and the Mayans, and there are 5 of them missing, and 8 of them in the possession of mankind, and one of them is called the Mitchell Hedges skull. It's the most beautiful one, and our skull is kind of a tribute to that. So what to put in a nice, beautiful bottle that has a legend of enlightenment and positive thinking, we couldn't put the normal type of vodka in there. A lot of vodkas, you open them up, they smell like Chanel No. 5. And that's because they add oils in there. They add glycol, which is antifreeze. They add citrus oil, which is a bug exterminant. And they add raw sugar. And they do that to mask the alcohol. Well, we decided to go the other way with Crystal Head. We stripped all of those oils out of there. We won the double gold medal at the World Spirits Competition. We are the bartender's friend. Yeah. If you're making a martini, say, with a white vermouth, a pearl onion, and a little olive juice, you don't want a vodka that already has citrus oil in it. If you're making a Bloody Mary, you don't want a vodka that has citrus oil in it. So Crystal Head is the clean slate. It's the virgin canvas on which to begin building cocktails. We're at 3 million bottles now. People, they try it, and they don't go back to their other brand because they taste the clean difference.
I'm definitely going to have to try it. I'm a vodka drinker, so the next time I pick up a bottle, it'll definitely be of Crystal Head. Again, on the phone with Dan Aykroyd. You know him from numerous movies and SNL, and, of course, the founder of Crystal Head Vodka. And actually, you're going to be in St. Louis signing Crystal Head Vodka bottles on Saturday from 1 to 3, correct, at the Sam's Club down on Lee May Ferry in South County.
That's correct, and for this day, you do not need to be a member of Sam's Club for this special event. And I'll be sitting there signing bottles and talking about the product, and it's really, really fun. I sit there for 2 hours. I'll be there between 3 and 5, And I'm completely entertained because the full breadth of humanity passes before my desk. And I'm able to see what people are wearing, what they're listening to, what their kids are doing. It's just great for me, from a viewpoint of a supplier to see how the retailer's putting the product out there and how they're selling it. I really have a good time at these signings.
Yeah, when you're there, you can also pick up like 13 gallons of mayonnaise, too, in case you need
Yes, which, of course, we need on the Head Mobile as we travel across country.
Now, real quickly, you said that the vodka is great to mix with if you're making a martini or if you're Bloody Mary. Now, I'm vodka water, straight. Now,
Okay.
what does that do as far as, because I like the little vodka taste every once in a while. I like the alcohol taste. What about vodka and water drinkers with the Crystal Head Vodka?
You'll enjoy it because we don't mask the alcohol, and whatever you mix with it, the alcohol will always creep up. If you don't put anything in it, what you're going to taste is you're going to taste immediately a little sweetness. Well, our notes are sweet, vanilla, dry, crisp, with a kick of heat off the finish. And the sweetness comes from the corn that we put in the mash. You're also going to taste this. You're going to feel a smoothness there, but we have the smoothness without the oils, which is like me getting 78 in math without studying. And we've got this fluid, in the bottle, and people try it and they go, it's so much different than any other vodka I've had. I think you're really going to like it as just a straight up with water or straight up cold shot. You're going to see the difference.
I'm definitely going to try that out. That's for sure. Again, speaking with Dan Aykroyd, founder of Crystal Head Vodka. If you were in the South County area on Lee May Ferry at the Sam's Club this Saturday, he will be there signing bottles of Crystal Head Vodka. Now, Dan, can people stop by and get other things signed, or are you just going to sign the bottles?
Oh, no. You can bring a few things. We usually say like 3 items, whatever, CDs or, I get a good retrospective of my career at these signings. I see all my past work presented in front of me. So, sure, whatever you like to bring. I get a lot of Stay Puft dolls and Ghostbusters stuff. Yeah, I'll definitely sign other stuff.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. People would probably bring up, stuff from Ghostbusters and Blues Brothers. Now, do you ever get tired of talking about those movies, like Ghostbusters and Blues Brothers?
Not really. I wrote both of them, so I'm kind of the biggest cheerleader of both the concepts, and I'm proud of both those movies. What we did with the music there and working with all those wonderful people. And Ghostbusters, it influenced such a young generation of young men and women, and they show up in uniform. Some of them, they come on in the full packs and the full jumpsuits, and sometimes they take their family station wagons and convert them into ectomobiles. We see this all the time. So
yeah, there was just a story the other day. There was a guy in Pittsburgh, I think it was on the news, had converted his. What kind of vehicle was that? It looked like a hearse, right? God, he was getting all his attention in Pittsburgh, going around being a Ghostbuster.
I'm sure. As I say, every town has these guys who devote their lives to replicating the equipment and stuff in the movie, and then they have their girlfriends or wives that travel with them. They're very interesting phenomena. The girlfriend or wife of the 30 to 35-year-old Ghostbuster, really very interesting individual.
I got a couple quick questions for you here. When is the next time that we can see Mr. Dan Aykroyd on the big screen?
Well, I'm in a movie this summer with Will Ferrell and Zach Galifianakis. It's called The Campaign, and it is a perfect commentary on our electoral process. I think that people will enjoy it because it really sends up what we do with politicians today, how everything's for sale on the electoral process, and it's just what the country's going to need. They're going to be real tired of these campaigns by August, and it's going to be a very, very funny movie.
Well, that's great because Zach and Will are actually going to be in town, and you're going to be in town on Saturday at the Sam's Club on Lee May Ferry in South County. Again, signing bottles of Crystal Head Vodka. You said you were going to be here from 3 to 5, correct?
Yep, 3 to 5
p.m.
Lee May Ferry Road.
Lee May Ferry, 3 to 5 p.m., Lee May Ferry at the South County Sam's. Dan Aykroyd, thank you very much for calling in. We appreciate it, and good luck in all your future endeavors, my friend.
I thank you, and happy Friday the 13th. Don't be afraid, embrace it.
Definitely. Thank you very much, Dan.
Take care, sir. Bye-bye.
All right, you knew he was calling in, didn't you?
I did not.
All right,
Yes,
well, first of all,
No, I did not.
I think Dan Aykroyd is thinking Pacific time because the official Crystal Head Vodka website says 1 to 3
Oh, okay.
at the Sam's Club on Lee May Ferry.
On my life, I did not.
Why don't you call the Sam's Club and get an official time from them?
I knew it was going to be today, and I'll tell you why, because somebody blew it, that it was going to be today, but I had no idea who it was going to be. I, to this day, thought it was David Spade. I thought to this day it was...
Who blew it? Who told you something was happening?
Well, inadvertently they did.
Yeah, it's stupid Lauren.
Inadvertently... He did, because I sat there and this morning I said, I guarantee you they're probably gonna do that stupid ass secret interview today, and I'm gonna be really mad. And he goes, don't want to ruin anything for you, buddy. And I said, what, are they doing it today? And you could just see sheer panic on his face.
Why would he even say anything? It's just stupid.
So inadvertently he did.
You totally knew it was Dan Aykroyd.
You totally did.
Listen, on my life,
you were a little too prepared for this.
On my life,
I
swear to God, on my life, I had no idea who it was.
All we gave him was a card that said, it's Dan Aykroyd and he's promoting this vodka, which is, that's his big thing. He's coming to town.
Dude, if you would not have handed me this card, I would have talked about Ghostbusters 3 the whole entire interview.
I wanted a Spies Like Us update. There's a Spies Like Us #2 coming out.
I swear, and you could still feel my heart beating 1,000 miles an hour. If you would not have handed me this card, I would have completely... I had no idea he was even... I know what Crystal Head Vodka is.
Did you ask him when Ghostbusters 3 was coming out?
No.
He's still working on that.
They just hired a new writer. I mean, I can imagine they don't have
date.
Some date.
A year.
I work at Sam's Club. It's 1 to 3 on Saturday. It's Woody and Riz on 105.7 The Point, everything alternative. I really can't get over how dumb Lauren is. I seriously be like, nice guy.
We love Lauren.
Lauren's a great guy. But man, okay, so Riz reminded me of another situation. We were trying to keep something a secret from Patrico.
It was the
shocker.
The shock and spell. It was that
That's
contest.
what it was. Remember with Terry?
Yeah. We had the whole thing planned. I said, look, and Patrico had already left the office to go get stuff set up. I gave it to Lauren. I said, Lauren, take this downstairs. Don't let Patrico see it.
So he comes. I happen to be in the studio then, and Lauren comes down.
Ooh.
Patrico's in the studio with me. He walks in with the shocker.
Sees Patrico's in the studio.
And
if there's a window from the hallway, you can look in to see if he's even in
throws
here.
it under the console like in the most
Throws it.
conspicuous way.
Like rolls it like a grenade.
It was literally like this. Like he walked to the studio
Like
and then you hear.
Yeah, like bowled it.
And Patrico's like, "What's that?" I'm like, "Nothing." As I'm trying to kick it down the room.
I tell you, man.
You're an idiot.
And then, this whole thing, Patrico says to Lauren, I know they're going to try to pull this celebrity interview thing on me today. And he goes, well, I don't want to ruin the surprise.
There he is.
Well, just saying that ruins the surprise. What are you doing?
Dude, what are you doing?
What am I doing?
Yeah.
Why
You're the one that ruined the surprise.
I didn't ruin anything. He already knew.
Why, you got to use this microphone. This thing's not
Why?
working either.
It's not even on?
No.
I think somebody
I didn't do anything. He already knew. He came in because the interview didn't go down the other day, so he comes in just like, oh, I know this is happening today. I figured that pretty much meant.
All right, you get back on that mic.
No, and you said, I don't want to ruin the surprise.
I just said I'm not ruining anything. And I
See, I'm not rude, but
you ruined the surprise.
Dude, do you play poker?
No, absolutely not.
Good.
No, I hate poker.
Oh
I
my
hate
God.
card
Rule
games.
number one.
Never play
if it comes
poker.
to a surprise, just keep your mouth shut.
Yeah.
I didn't see anything.
I don't think he intended necessarily.
No.
That's what I said. I don't think it was an intentional
no
like.
malice.
But
Let me
You can't
fill
point
you
this
in on
whole thing on me and be like, oh, it's all Lauren's fault because Patrico,
He said that you tipped him off.
It was a gift.
I didn't tip him off.
He said that you
I
tipped
said
him
I'm
off.
not saying anything.
Lauren,
Thank you, Lauren.
I had no idea.
Thank you.
No,
I had
don't
no
just
idea
like,
of
oh, yeah,
anything.
just
Thank
get out
you,
of the
Lauren.
studio.
Thank
No,
you.
listen, I think
Cameras need to be switched.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, Lauren.
Thank you for insulting me when
Thank
my
you,
whole
Lauren.
family
Thank you,
drives to
Lauren.
work in the morning.
Oh,
Come
gee.
on.
Thank you,
I
Lauren.
just went there.
Please.
Oh,
Yeah, good. You can go
God.
there. Yeah. You know me, right? You think I care?
This is his first day listening to the show.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Thank you, Lauren.
God help you.
God.
My parents. Jesus.
Yeah. Patrico's had a dildo in his mouth, blindfolded, through a glory hole. And you're worried that your parents know that you ruined a surprise. I'm sure they know.
Okay, I'm gonna be 1,000%
Loose
honest with
lips,
you.
sink shift, son.
I'll be 1,000% honest with you right now. I had no idea who it was, but the fact that I knew it was today really took a lot of the nerves away from me.
And
So, like,
whose fault was that?
Whose fault is it? Really, be honest.
Whose fault is it?
Yeah, that you know that it was happening today.
It was his.
Okay.
That's it.
Yeah. No, I'm admitting that. I mean, he did it unintentionally,
Oh,
but it is
boy.
his fault.
Yep.
Okay, well, there was no malice intended.
My whole family's
But don't come down here and argue, because that's not going to work out well for you.
My whole family's listening.
Get the out of here.
Oh, God.